Welcome to Lockie Creations, where I feature my fabulous crafty life. Hi friends, welcome back to Lockie Creations. So I am going to be doing a flip through of my October Happy Planner journal. And this month I focused a lot on writing, so this is going to be a lot of writing journal content, but I'm going to be showing my whole month of October now that the month has closed. I'm using a Happy Planner Classic, which is the 7 by like 9 1/4 size, the 9 discs. So yeah, I'm using my classic Happy Planner. Just before I get started, I'll note that I have covered up specific items that I wrote about because this is my journal. So for October, here's my calendar. I used a combination of washi tape that I got from Amazon and these puffy Halloween stickers that I got from Michaels. This literally was a pen test because I knew I was going to incorporate some pink into this month, and I have a bunch of pink pens. I just used it to test these different types of pen ink colors. So all these boxes, all the things that I wrote here are literally just to test out a pen. And then I got a couple of little things that I printed out with my black and white thermal printer and added in here like the So Very Random title. Then I added this piece of vellum just to break up the color because this page is actually the first page that I did. I did not do a lot of journaling in the month of September because that's my birthday month and I had a milestone. So this was really the first page that I did, and it was all about, you know, my birthday. So that's kind of why the colors are a little bit disjointed. So I just added in this beautiful purple floral piece of vellum. And this vellum came from a book that I got from Michaels that was on sale. And then I have these stickers that came out of, I think they came out of this book that I got from Shein a long time ago. These stickers. So I just added the sticker of the girl here, and it had the word lady, and I just stuck that on there. And again, because first page is kind of like a look back at my birthday. Okay, so then I decorated my October prompts, and here I got this prompt from Pinterest. Now I can say I completed this entire prompt. Around the end of the last couple of days, I did switch up the prompts because it just got a little bit elementary, I'd say. And so I did change some of the prompts eventually, but I did write for all 31 days. I may have not written on that exact day, but sometimes I did 2 or 3 days at a time. But I did fill out the whole entire month with my 31 prompts. And these prompts have things like October goals, horror movies to watch, October manifestations, all the way down to things that are a little bit more serious, like my heart is lost, places I want to go, things I want to do before the year ends, etc. So it has a good combination of different prompts. What's the weather like? The last dream I remember. So, you know, interesting prompt here. I will say next year, you know, I don't know if I'll do the same prompt, but there's a lot in this prompt that I liked, but then there was some that were, I think, just a little bit elementary for me too. Okay, I wanted to keep it kind of a combination of lighthearted and like serious writing, but like there were 2 prompts, for instance. On the 15th was Halloween costume ideas, and then on the 30th, my Halloween costume. I didn't need 2 days writing about Halloween costumes, for example. Like some of it just, I don't know, my least favorite chores, like, come on. So anyway, day 1 was October goals. So I wrote down some stuff that I want to get done during the month of October, and I used a combination of like bullet journaling and like regular writing journaling. So I started off with like these bullet journals using some stencils. Day 2 was horror movies that I want to watch, so I jotted down some horror movies. So far, the only one that I watched was Halloween and Wicked. Yeah, so got 2 of my horror movies watched, but that was those days. Okay, so day 3 through 6, I think I might have shared a video on this one, but I was into the whole witchy theme because, again, I was going to be Elphaba. So even though I did a lot of purples and pinks because of these stickers that I had, it was focused a lot on witches and magic here. So day 3 was October manifestations. And I talked about, tackling anxiety, taking better care of my body, more exercise. Day 4 is if I were a witch. And I covered up my writing prompt on some of this because, again, some of this is me venting. Some of this is personal. So let's just say if I were a witch, I would use my powers to change this world for good. And I'm leaving it at that. Okay? Day 5 was my favorite villains. Of course, I'm all into Wicked right now. So I dedicated that to Elphaba, and I printed out Elphaba on my little black and white thermal mini printer, and I just colored her green, her face green. Okay, day 6, best candies. Here, there's a lot of candies I like. Currently snacking on Werther's Originals because I had got them buy one, get one free from Publix. Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups, especially the little pumpkin ones, so good. Regular Reese's Pieces, Twix, Snickers, Ghirardelli caramel and white chocolate, love those. Dove milk chocolate, Hershey cookies and creams. Heath toffee are like one of my all-time favorite. And then I couldn't forget the Hershey's Kisses, but the white chocolate peppermint, because I love anything white chocolate peppermint, and we're getting into the Christmas season, so yes, I love it. Okay, so day 7, what makes me confident? I'm not going to talk about that one. Okay, so then going on to my next series, and I didn't do this week at a time. I just did pretty much what I thought would fit on the page, because again, I didn't want this to be so prescriptive. Okay, so day 8 was what makes me nervous, and wrote something personal there. I did just have a statement that humanity is really in trouble. We need God now more than ever. Okay. Day 9 was my favorite season, and I think fall is becoming my favorite season, so I put the sticker I love fall most of all. But I also wrote kind of what I appreciate about the other seasons, but why I like fall, because it starts, with all the holidays and stuff. So I use these cute little stickers, and this one actually is a video that I did. So if you want to see this setup video, go back to my journaling journal, and you can see me setting this up. Day 10 was what do I want to achieve before the year ends. Preparing some house stuff here, so I wrote about that. 11, the last dream I remember. I had to take a flight, and all I'll say is I had a dream like near my flight, so that was not so good. And I actually was flying into Washington, into Reagan. So yeah, I did a dedication to the victims of that DC crash that happened earlier this year. Okay. Day 12, quotes I love. The Serenity Prayer will be my all-time favorite. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Also, not today, Satan. Like, no. The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. And then I also like this quote that I reference a lot from Malcolm X: if we don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Okay, so things on day 14, is I'm looking forward to, and I just wrote about my Christmas cruise, and then another little personal sentiment about success there. And my daughter, how proud I am of her. And here, day 15, Halloween costume ideas. Again, Elphaba was one of them. I had a few others, but I just decided to keep it lighthearted and go with Elphaba. K16, a year ago. This one I'm talking about the hurricanes that affected my area. My home had some damage, as well as a lot of other homes in our area. And so I was just writing about that, how like a year ago we were just now had the damage with the hurricanes. Milton and Helene. Okay, 17, a place I want to go. I was writing about Hawaii here and other tropical places I want to go. Also going to go do a cabin in the snow. So that's why you see the Aloha for the Hawaii, and you see the little cabin right here in the snow, because yeah, that's on my bucket list to do one year, go skiing. Okay, what did I do today? And here I wrote about what I did today. I actually had planned to do a fall fest, but wasn't feeling the best, so I did not go. So I kind of X'd that out and then wrote about like just pretty much staying at home, nursing myself back to health. Okay, that was the other stuff happening that day, which is why I covered that up. Hardest loss, I'm not going to even go into that. That's about my parents. Okay, just so happened that my dad's birthday was during that time, so I just did this page dedicating to Happy Heavenly Birthday Daddy. Okay, so then I'm going into, now here's where I was doing these writing prompts, but then there was a lot of stuff going on, so I wanted to actually have a space to actually write. So here's where got back into doing my daily happy planner kind of. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of the writing journal, and then you'll see these weeklies mixed up in here. And I started a weekly on the 16th, the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And so again, a lot of personal stuff there, so I kind of covered it up, praying hard. I will note here that this cute little picture here, probably can't see it, but my grandpuppy and her, Chanel in her little Halloween pajamas, so did put something cutesy and fun in there as well. Okay, so moving on to the next couple days. Now this is again the weekly, so this is the 13th and 15th. I was talking about me and my pet bunny Woofy. She was outside looking cute. Here's my daughter and her puppy Chanel on a video chat that we had. And I'm just saying that this one was actually a wellness, so it talks about intention, nourishing, and movement, and take notes. So I wrote, I'm reflecting on moving my tired body so I can feel just as young as my brain thinks I am. So I thought that was cute. Okay, so then I'm just doing random stuff here. I added this piece of purple vellum, and this is so pretty. And added just a sticker just to separate the color, because I had some purplish happening here, and then I had pink over here, so just to break up the color. So this is where my Wicked pages start. So this is just kind of a just a regular creative journal, junk journal kind of page. Not your basic witch. Had a little witchy feet there. I thought that was cute. Little Wicked sticker that I printed out. So I think this one is also part of my spread that I did for Wicked, so you can see that. Also, I did a video on these pages, so you can see those as well. Day 18, this is where the prompt, I love the way I decorated this with the Wicked theme, but the prompts were just kind of basic for me. And again, I was kind of going through some stuff, so I wanted to write meaningful stuff. So you'll kind of see, like, what did I do today? Nada. Like, I don't want to write about that. You know, I wasn't in the mood to write that day. This was during that kind of bad weekend I had. The 19th, least favorite chore. So, okay, fine. Dishes, folding clothes, yard work, cleaning the pet litter. Hate it. Yeah. Just chores in general. Who likes to do chores? Okay. DIYs I want to try. Like 21, I was being sarcastic. Fix my life. That's my DIY. Geesh. Okay, outfit inspiration. So the 20th, I said, maybe for Halloween. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Oh, Elphaba. Talking more about doing Elphaba. Maybe I'll do that for Halloween for a work party, which I end up doing. Okay. So this was all a part of the whole setup. I have Elphaba over here on the left saying, I don't cause commotions, I am one. Elphaba Thorpe from Wicked. And then over here on the right, I have Galinda saying, something is very wrong. I didn't get my way. Galinda Upland. So that was cute again, not to Wicked. Okay, day 23. What's the weather like? Feels like fall in Florida. You know, it was hot, but then it soon turned. Day 23, I did a list. And again, sarcastic. Look for better prompts next month, because come on now. This is not what I wanted to write about, okay? 14, my appearance in detail. And I was just over it. I wasn't in the mood to write about my appearance that day. So I put, I hate this prompt, so I'm skipping it. Okay, day 25, my favorite place to write. Beach, park, home, in my bed. Okay. Alright, so now getting into, after I did the Wicked one, I think some of this one might be on my another video, but I love this one. I'm going to spend a a little bit of time on this right hand page here, but kind of let's going over the page in the left. The 26, I don't even remember what that prompt was because it was something so basic. I just didn't even do it. And I wrote here about my faith is strong, being strong. You know, thank God that good always triumphs over evil, and common sense will always prevail over nonsense. Okay. Plans for Hollywood, plans for Halloween. I really didn't have any definitive plans for Halloween. I actually thought I was going to be going out of town for a relative's funeral. But yeah. So pray, watch spooky movies, eat candy. That's what I had wrote there. Anyway, I was kind of venting over here. What I'm scared of, and self-explanatory. Not going to even go there. Okay, so let's talk about this page. Now, this page is something kind of special. And I'm going to, let me see, I need to have it so you guys can actually see it. So I'm going to just prop it up a little bit just so you can see. Hopefully you guys can see that, okay? Okay. So this page, 29 was what is fear, and I kind of wrote about fear here. 30 was my inner witch. Talked about, you know, I'm not really a witch. I'm a good person. Just kind of cosplay kind of stuff for Halloween. Okay. But what I did here was for the 31st, which is Halloween, I wanted to make Halloween special. So I got this. This is a piece of vellum that I just added a title, 31 October Faves. And I did a little flip. So you open up the first page here. And you get to this Happy Halloween page, which is also a piece of vellum. And I just added some stickers. Then you open up that, and then you have a whole little book. So within the little book, there's a page here where I actually wrote about my Halloween. And I added the little pictures using my little HP Sprocket little 3x4 printer. And I actually did them as like a collage, so they came out even smaller. And added those little photo stickers here. Okay. These are stickers from the Michael stickers, but what is so cute about this is the way that it flips. So, okay, open it back up again. You have, here's the first page. There's some vellum with a cute witch, because everything's a witch theme. You know, I was Elphaba. Then I have the Happy Halloween. And then I open it up to this flip book, and I'm just going to flip it. So here, first page, open it up. I'm talking about my daughter and her puppy and the things that she did for Halloween. Then I have these flips here that you open up that goes into more of what I kind of did for Halloween. So let me reassemble it real quick, and I'll just kind of show you. Hard to get it on camera, but flip it open. I had went for ice cream one day at Kilwins. I got one of their stickers. I'm a Kilwins kid. I thought that was cute, so I just added a couple of those little stickers of me enjoying the ice cream and by the water. Okay, so I flip it up. There's something about my daughter, and when you open this one up, I found this little thing on Instagram, which I thought was cute. Michael Myers can chase you this Halloween because it ain't gonna be me. So Michael Myers can chase you this Halloween because it ain't gonna be me. I'm not gonna be chasing you. I thought that was adorable, so cute. So I put Michael Myers and some little stickers and laughing skeleton emoji. Then the little witchy feet under there saying have some witchy fun. So you open this up, and then I have a little flip about my Halloween. So I thought that was very cute. So interactive. So again, flip, flip this one this way. I keep doing Michael wrong. Okay, let me do over. Do it over. Flip this open. Okay, then you get this one. You open it up. Then you flip the top, Michael Myers. And then you flip this. And so these are things that happened on Halloween. We had a lake monster. Me and my bunny dressed up as witches. I got this little thing that Instagram posted. Happy Halloween to everyone who ever ghosted me. I thought that was cute and funny. Then I did down here at the bottom, just a little flip open of kind of what I did. Just breathe. I got some tacos, got Chipotle, passed out candy. So yeah. So this is, I thought this was really good. And these are ways, again, if you want to make the day special because it's a holiday, and then add more spaces to write and add pictures, these are good ways to do that. And it all opens up to my page dedicated to Halloween here in the middle. So I really like the way this turned out. I cannot stop playing with it. And then, you know, if I was really being creative, I would add another flip. I could have did this one that way, but this kind of evolved as it went on. So I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. Okay, so that was that day. And that was the end of the month. So that is the only thing left here for my October is I did, and again, this was since I was doing writing prompt, and then I started kind of doing a daily. These were the dailies. So what you just saw was the writing prompts, and this is the finishing up the dailies for the month. So here we have, I think we left off on the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. I know, or something like that. 26, 27, 28, something. Anyway, the rest of the week, 29th, 30th. Oh, here's a 27th. So just things that happened that I wrote about. And again, these are writing journals. So yeah, I had new hair and nails on this day, so I decided to write about that, you know. So what else is really cute here that I did? Okay, so you can see I added these little vellum windows here. And so hopefully you can see this okay. As I close this page, you can see the little pumpkins peeking through the window this way. So I thought that was really, really cute, right? So I got the pumpkins here and the pumpkins here. But when and if you look on this side of the page, you see behind these, on this side, I have a little skull sticker and a little bird, which is on my last page. So it just shines through these little windows. So again, I kind of got creative toward the end of the month there. So close this page, and you can see the pumpkins coming out the window there. And there's just journaling right here. Again, I covered it up because it's a little personal. But I have these stickers on my November, the skull and the little spooky bird, just because this is the last page of my October, and you can see those pictures that go through. So love it. Think it turned out really cute. I can give you a sneak peek of November. So November, I did start decorating. I have set up a very fall festive theme here. So got my calendar all decorated with some things. Got noted already. I did set up, because I started this on the weekly, and this goes Monday through Sunday. Monday is on the 3rd. So I needed a place to write the 1st and 2nd. So what I did there is I just added in these little sheets of paper. One just, hey, November. And I put washi tape, kind of cut them down. These were actually one of the pages, the Happy Planner sheets that I just cut down. So I have a little space to write in this first little flip, Dutch door kind of deal. Something about the month. Then I have a space to write something for Saturday, November 1st here. And then I have a space to write something for Sunday, November 2nd here. And so that way I can incorporate the 1st and 2nd while my actual weekly, the 3rd through the 9th, is here. And so I don't have to kind of take up a whole page for those. So I thought that was really cute and creative. Okay, so there's my week 1 of the month. And then I also decorated my week for the 10th through the 16th. These were stickers that actually came with this planner. This planner, which I think I showed earlier in the year, is a Disney Bambi Happy Planner. It has this very pretty, like, see-through acetate cover with the purple backing and a lot of Bambi stickers. So I realized I hadn't really used a lot of the Bambi stickers that came with this planner. And so, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, those Bambi stickers. So that's why you see now they're almost gone, because I wanted to use some of those up. So going back to my November, and you can see my book. By the way, this is my journal planner for the whole year from January through December. And of course, we're in November right now, so I gotta do November and December. But I basically was able to get it all in one book because I did not journal every day. There's a lot here. I'll end up doing kind of a flip through of some of the more notable ones, but as you can see, I journaled all year, but I did not journal every day, which is why I could get it all in one book, as opposed to trying to force myself to do it every day in the past years and have to do 2 books. So yeah, I am proud to say I got so far the whole 2025 year in one book. Okay, so this is my week 2, back to my week 2 of November, and this is all that I've decorated so far. So I still have to finish up the last couple weeks of November and then figure out what I'm going to do for December. But yeah, these are just some sticker sheets that I added in just random places. But yeah, that is, and I actually have some blank pages here at the end, so I could take some of this out and still have a little bit more room if my November and December get a little bit bulky. I always put some of these little expenses things in the back, so each month I can like write down expenses and bring it forward. So yeah, here is where I am so far, sneak peek of my November. But October is finished, and I am very happy with the way that it turned out. I especially love that I did some of these little creative techniques. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you are having a good fall. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. But as always, thanks for watching, and be wonderfully and abundantly blessed. Peace.